happening. My own sister was documented as a threat to my child. Olympia kept her voice calm and professional, but I saw her jaw tighten when I described how Jacqueline had grabbed my arm at the baby shower and whispered about making sure hers came first. She made copies of everything and handed me a case number, explaining that this would follow Jacqueline even after she left the hospital and create a paper trail if anything else happened. Mom showed up while Olympia was still there, looking like she hadn't slept in days, and she started crying the second she saw all the official paperwork spread across my bed. She kept saying she was sorry for all the family pressure and how some relatives were taking Jacqueline's side. But then in the same breath, she said she couldn't choose between her daughters and hoped I understood. I told her she didn't have to choose. She just had to respect my boundaries and keep Jacqueline away from us. And she nodded, but I could see in her eyes that she didn't really get it. She kept looking at the CPS forms like they were weapons I was using against Jacqueline instead of protection for my baby. My phone rang, and it was Detective Cyrus Powell, Uncle Jeffrey's contact, calling to confirm he was opening an investigation into the illegal surgery and needed details about any threats Jacqueline made before or after the home C-section. I put him on speaker so Kyle could hear too, and started giving him dates and times while Kyle held my hand because the early contractions had just started, making my voice shake as I tried to remember everything. Cyrus asked really specific questions about who else heard the threats, whether I had any texts or voicemails saved, and if anyone had witnessed Jacqueline asking about delivery rooms and baby security. He said the illegal surgery case was solid since they had the confession from the woman who did it, but the threats against me would strengthen the overall case and might lead to additional charges. A knock interrupted our call, and a woman in a suit came in carrying more papers, introducing herself as the hospital's legal representative who needed me to sign forms creating an extra privacy lock on my medical chart. She explained that once I signed, nobody could even confirm I was a patient here unless they were on my approved list. Not even other hospital staff could share information about my room number or condition. It felt like such a small thing, but somehow it made me feel more in control, knowing Jacqueline couldn't sweet-talk some random nurse into giving her information. Kyle grabbed a yellow legal pad from his backpack and started writing down everything that had happened in the past week, saying he was sick of explaining the whole story to every new nurse or doctor who came in. He wrote dates and times and specific quotes, making a timeline that started with the pregnancy announcement and went all the way through to right now, with Francis standing guard and Olympia's paperwork spread everywhere. When he finished, he made 3 copies on the hospital's printer down the hall, taping one inside my chart folder, giving one to Francis and keeping one in his pocket. The contractions were getting stronger and more regular, and the nurse came in to check on me, immediately noticing the crowd in my room and suggesting we limit visitors to essential personnel only. Kyle stationed himself by the door like a bouncer, actually crossing his arms and standing with his feet apart, and every time we heard footsteps in the hallway, we both tensed up and looked toward the sound. Francis had to physically intercept Kyle's cousin Jefferson, who showed up with his phone out, trying to FaceTime the delivery to share the joy with the whole family, including poor Jacqueline, as he put it. Kyle's face turned red, and he told Jefferson to leave immediately, or security would remove him, and I felt so grateful I'd married someone who understood that our safety came before family politics. Jeffrey